Hey, Tyler, what's up, man?
Hey, Dr. Delony. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Yeah, for sure, brother. What's up?
All right. So, I have a question for you. I was wondering if you had any advice. I'm looking for a question or an answer to my question of how do I live my life when I work a very physically demanding blue collar job, manual labor, 12 to 14 hours a day. That's kind of the short form of the question. I can dig deeper if you want me to, or if you had a question. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like you're living your life. What do you mean? Add more to it. Put some color in there. It sounds like you're working your butt off and you're making your way through the world, man.
Well, I just feel like I don't have time to do things that I want to do. Like I would love to get in shape. It's just I feel like I never had the time to actually put into getting into shape and stuff like that. And I'd love to like learn guitar and pick up some other hobbies and things like that. And I think just working like 14 hours a day every single day. I mean, like when you work 14 hours a day, and then if you want to get 8 hours of sleep every night, that's already 22 hours out of your day. And then if you have like a half an hour ride to work and back, you got 1 hour left in your day. And then that might be enough to take a shower or like decompress after work. But after that, like, I mean, that's not even including like going grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning, walking the dog. I mean, you name it. And so now, granted, in my current situation, I'm extremely fortunate and very blessed. I'm actually engaged. I'm going to be getting married in January.
Tyler, take a deep breath, bro.
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Okay.
You sound like you're methed out of your mind, dude. It's cool. I know you're not, but
oh, I got ADHD, so
hey, I did too, man. I did too. Welcome to the party. It's good. All right, so you are you're engaged. Congratulations. What's this blue collar job you have?
I'm a truck driver, but I'm a delivery for a bakery supply company, so I hand unload like 50-pound bags of bakery supplies all day long.
Okay, you know why I go to a gym every day and lift? Because I don't throw 50-pound bags 12 to 14 hours a day.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still really out of shape, and like, I mean, I'm only 5'10", but I weigh like 250.
Okay. And so we've got some nutrition stuff to work on. Can I ask you a deeper question? Or let me just tell you this. Tyler?
Yeah.
I'm freeing you from your delivery job. You can quit. You got to find another job. You're getting married. You got to find a new job. But you don't have to do this for the rest of your life.
Well, I mean, truck driving is pretty much all I really know, and I've done.
Here's what also. Hold on. Here's what you also know, that this life is killing you, and you only get one shot at this thing. You get one pass, and if this isn't the life you want to create, then you're gonna have to do the scariest thing of your life, which is to imagine and dig in and learn something new and go try something new. And I've taken a pay cut at almost every job transition I've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always worked out to my benefit on the back end when I leave that job.
Yeah, and I have tried. I'm also working on paying off debt, going through the Ramsey plan as well.
Okay.
Getting closer and closer. And actually, I'm on track to before the wedding in January. Well, the wedding, actually, the venue, catering, like all the big stuff's gonna be paid off actually by next month, and then I'll be back on track to like be knocking out some of the smaller debts. I'll be almost debt free by the wedding, so that'll be really nice.
When do you get married? January. Okay.
And but anyway, I have quit driving jobs and gotten other jobs. But see, one of the bigger problems, at least in trucking, is that it's very similar to like military recruiters. Like they'll promise you up and down that, oh yeah, you're only working 40 or 50 hours a week.
Tyler. Here's one problem here. You don't like the life you've created for yourself. Period. That's it. You hear how calm my voice is? This is me choosing. This is me choosing reality. They promise you things. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. The trucking industry is a zoo right now. It's a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And the delivery world is a zoo, and it's a mess. And there's not just a bajillion jobs in Springfield, Missouri, where you can go make that kind of money. I know that. I know that. And maybe nobody in your family ever went to college. I know that. But I also know that I talk to a lot of people who are 45 and 50 years old, dude, and they hate the lives they've created for themselves. And so as a young guy starting his life out, I want to applaud you. You are working your freaking butt off. Good for you. And you're getting married and you're starting a family and you're starting a new life. That's amazing. Do you want to teach your kids that you're going to bring into this amazing, amazing world that the key to life is working your whole life away in a job that you hate?
Well, I mean, I really do love truck driving. I would rather work less hours.
Okay. Then you've put it out into the universe. You know what I loved? I loved. I love coaching high school basketball. It's one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. I loved it. Mm-hmm. I love teaching. I love hanging out with students. I loved it. I loved being a college professor. And when it came down to the life I wanted for me and my family, I had to leave those jobs and go do something else. Mm-hmm. That's the other part of adulthood. Because here's what I feel like what you're trying to ask me to do is like, what do? I love this job, but it requires X. I'm missing on my one precious, wild, crazy life. I think Mary Oliver says that. You're missing out on this thing, but I can't leave my job. But if I stay on my job, I miss this. But if I miss this and I can't, nothing changes if nothing changes. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, I'm going to put the ball back in your court. What are you going to do next?
I think really I have to tough it out until at least I get out of debt, and then I'm in a better position to handle.
Bro, that's not toughing it out. That's like 3 months from now or 4 months from now. That's easy. You can do that.
Right.
We can do anything. But I want you to think past 3 months. I want you to think 3 years from now. You've been married for 3 years. How do you want your home to feel when you walk in every day from whatever job you've just done?
I'd want my future family to think that like I have enough time to spend with them.
There you go. You got to start planning for that right now. And if you're not good in school, you happen to be going back to school at a time where they've got these amazing AI tools that can walk alongside you as a personal tutor. You can learn anything. Anything. And if somebody's telling you, you can't make that kind of money or the retirement program, you can. I promise you. You can. I feel like I believe in you more than you do, Tyler.
Yeah, I've been told that by other people.
Okay. Here's the sucky thing about confidence, about belief in oneself. You can't imagine it. You got to go do something different and slowly earn it. What did your old man do?
My dad actually started out as a diesel mechanic, got into truck driving, and then for I don't know, the last 20 or 30 some years, he's been like shop supervisor and shop manager and stuff like that.
Okay. Do you work in his same world?
Kind of. I mean, I'm on the trucking end. He's more in like the office setting now, like that he's supervising, managing offices and stuff like that. Okay. But still kind of in the trucking world, I guess you could say.
Okay. If you could snap your fingers, what job would you be doing tomorrow? You could just go into it.
Honestly, I really do love driving.
Okay. Is that going to work out for you?
In the short term, for the foreseeable future, no.
Okay. What is long term? When does it shift? Is this something you have to just pay your dues for 2 or 3 years and work like a maniac to get X, Y, and Z? Because when I was dean of students and a doctoral student and a young dad, I didn't sleep. It was just miserable nights for several years. So that now I have a life that me and my family love. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there is always a possibility with some companies, and I mean, I I plan on having the talk with my bosses in the future as well. I mean, it also depends on where my future wife and I plan on living permanently. But I could always try to have a talk with them and see if I couldn't get put on a route that had less hours or something like that. And if I slowly gain up more in seniority, I could potentially have more persuasion power in that.
I know, but you know how the seniority game goes as well as I do. Those dudes come bump you off the board and they stay 5 extra. I mean, you know how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's putting your autonomy, that's putting your future in the hands of a lot of people that don't give 4 boxes of farts about you and your life. What is something you can take control of today?
That's a good question.
How much money do you make a year? What's your annual salary?
Probably around 90 to 100.
Okay. That's a tough salary to reproduce in Springfield, Missouri with no college degree, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So let's get on the board and see if we can figure that path out. Have you sat down with your fiance? What'd she say?
My fiance is actually very, very supportive. She definitely would like to see me find a job. I mean, she doesn't necessarily want me to leave the trucking world. She knows that I love trucking. But she definitely would like me to see me, find a job that I was working less hours in the future, to have more time with a future family that we want to build together.
Can you go get your diesel mechanic certification and have her work for 2 years while you go get that done?
That could be possible.
And you're going to take a big income hit. You're going to have worked your butt off to pay off all your debts. Y'all aren't going to owe anybody anything. Y'all are going to live beans and rice for the next 2 years while you get certified so that you can then go get a 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. job turning wrenches. One of the most secure jobs in America.
Could be possible.
One of the... when people talk about mindset, it can get kind of gobbledygook, but one of the things that has been roundly repeated over and over is this notion that a poverty mindset is, and I'm not talking about true poverty, like I don't have enough to eat, but a poverty mindset, a way of seeing the world is, I don't have the luxury of waiting to think about tomorrow. I need to get right now. I think hour by hour, day by day.
Mm-hmm.
And those who end up building a lot of wealth long-term think about themselves in 50 years and say, what must be true right now so that I get there then? And I want you, how old are you, brother?
27.
That's a lot of money. You make $100,000. That's a lot of money for a 27-year-old who didn't go to college, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So you're working hard and you're earning good money. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. You've been doing this for a long time. But I want you to do an exercise with your fiance. I want you to take her out to as nice a restaurant as you can there in Springfield. And I want y'all to go out and I want y'all to have a dreaming session about what you want your house to look like when you are 30 years old. What time are you coming home? What does it feel like when you come home? What time is she getting home? Do you have 1 or 2 little knuckleheads running around or crawling around or whatever? Where are you? I want y'all to dream, and I want you to reverse engineer that to tomorrow. I want you to be that specific. And that might mean you get on the phone and you call somebody. That might mean you go have a cup of coffee with a local diesel mechanic in your area and just say, tell me about your life. Tell me about the training. And he may go, dude, I've got a spot for you right this second. I'll pay you $55,000, which would be a 50% cut to go, and I'll pay for your training. But we're desperate for people who can turn wrenches. For certified mechanics. We're desperate, desperate, desperate. Come on. You might find that out over a cup of coffee or a cheeseburger. I want you to get on, I've never said this sentence before. I want you to get on Instagram and I want you to follow my friend Jordan Syatt, S-Y-A-T-T, and my friend Dr. Lane Norton, N-O-R-T-O-N. Both of them have great nutrition advice. They've got easy to do physical advice, and follow my buddies at mindpump.com. Get on there and find it. And I want you to be intentional. Okay, you have enough physical labor every day. That means you are not taking care of the nutrition side of the equation. That's the most important one. I want you to get some actual good, not gobbledygook that's out there on the internet. But from those 3 camps, I want you to listen and learn. You can learn from my buddy Max Lugavere. There's so much good information out there, but you're going to have to do the next hard thing, which is change how you eat, change all these other, go get it, man. Go get it. And every time you feel like there's an excuse, I want you to stop and say, no, I made a promise to my wife. I'm going to walk in at 195 pounds in 3 years. So I start today. I told my wife I was going to be home for dinner at 6 o'clock in 3 years. So what must be true starting right now? I don't even know what that means. Okay, well, I'm going to go have coffee with that guy down the street. I'm going to go figure that thing out. I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. And you said that people have said that about you before. Okay, the path towards believing in yourself is action. Do the next thing. Go make it happen. I'm watching a guy who crushes it, who can kind of do anything he wants because he's that kind of hard worker. And you got a mind like mine that spins 1,000,000 miles an hour. Just point it in the right direction where you want to go, man. I'm really grateful for the call, and I'm proud of you. Go make it happen starting now.